All right, guys, today our story is going to be Bunny Trouble. The author and illustrator of this story is Hans Willem. So he wrote the story and he drew the illustration just like you guys do every day in your journal. Make sure you keep doing your journals. Y'all are doing a really good job. So, Bunny Trouble. Once there was a rabbit colony that was different from any other. The rabbits here were in charge of decorating all the Easter eggs for all the Easter bunny to deliver. Everyone worked year-round getting ready. Everyone except Ralph. He cared for only one thing in the world: soccer. It worried his mother and father. Uh-oh, that does not look good. It worried the other rabbits in the colony. It worried his teacher in school, where all the young rabbits went to learn egg decorating. Where was Ralph while everyone else was hard at work in the classroom? He was outside working on his fancy footwork. So why is everybody worried? They're worried because all he wants to do is play soccer, and he's supposed to be helping decorate eggs. It worried his sister Lisa, especially when it ruined her birthday party. Lisa loved Ralph more than anything in the world, but she knew one day he would get into trouble. He just didn't fit in. Each year as Easter approached, everyone got busier and busier. The chickens laid more eggs, the painters, the jelly bean makers, and the basket stuffers all worked overtime. So if you look in the picture, everybody's working, but in the back you see a soccer ball. So what do you think Ralph's still doing? He's still playing soccer. Ralph had to work too, but he had a hard time keeping his mind on his job. Instead, he was thinking about place kicks, and he tried just one. Oops! Over went a full basket of eggs. The exhausted chickens groaned, so they're super tired because they've been laying all those eggs. The rabbit shouted at Ralph, "Go play soccer on the other side of the tree so we can finish our work in peace," they said. So they're feeling really frustrated because he's making a big mess. He's not being very helpful. Ralph was glad to go, so he's happy. He went off to play by himself on the other side of the forest. That night he did not come home. His mother wept and wrung her hands. Where could he be, she wondered, and with Easter just 2 days away. So Ralph, he didn't come home, and his mom is very, very worried. So when it said she wept, she was crying. Morning came. Still, Ralph had not come home. Lisa slipped out to search for him. She found him not far away, locked up in a cage. A farmer had caught him while he was practicing his dribble in the cauliflower field. The coach told us always to look where we're going, not at our feet, Ralph joked sorrowfully. Don't worry, Lisa told him. I'll go and I'll get help. So this story kind of reminds me of Peter Rabbit, because in the story Peter Rabbit got caught when he went into a farmer's field. And now Ralph was in a farmer's field and he got caught. She ran back past the busy rabbits, calling, "Mama, Mama, we must save Ralph. The farmer has caught him and he is going to make him into Easter dinner." So his mom is probably really scared now. "Oh, I knew that bunny would get into trouble someday," wept his mama as she followed Lisa to Ralph's cage. Oh, look at Ralph. Poor Ralph. It had thick bars and a heavy padlock. "We'll never get him out of there," moaned their mother when she saw Ralph inside. "Of course we will," Lisa said firmly. "I think I can get that lock open." They're so worried, and poor Ralph is so sad. Lisa worked for hours, but the lock refused to be picked. The bars wouldn't bend, the door couldn't open. So they're trying to open that cage so they can get Ralph out. "If I ever get free," whispered Ralph, "I promise I will never play soccer again." "No, Ralph," said Lisa. "You want to be a soccer player, and you will be too. But you also have to help with the eggs. And not be such a nuisance," added Mama. So he's kind of being annoying. Ralph knew they were right. He promised to do what they said. Hours passed. Suddenly Lisa cried, "I've got an idea that will do the trick, but we have to hurry." What do you think her idea is going to be? Lisa and Mama ran all the way home. In no time, Lisa was back, carrying a small bundle under her arms. She squeezed it carefully through the bars of Ralph's cage. Then she whispered the plan. The next morning, there was a great commotion around the cage. Ooh, I wonder what he did. Inside it, next to Ralph, was a basket of the most beautiful Easter eggs anyone had seen. Some were polka dotted, some were dyed deep purple, and some were painted with rainbows. The farmer's children gathered around. "He must be the Easter Bunny," they exclaimed with wonder. "How else could he have gotten those eggs? We must let him go, or else there won't be any Easter for us." So the farmer opened up the cage. Ralph ran home as fast as he could. So they tricked him into thinking that he was the Easter Bunny. But he didn't forget Lisa's words. He did try harder with his painting. Ralph even became known for one special design, which he did far better than anyone else, and almost as well as kicking, passing, and scoring. If you look at his Easter eggs, he chose to make them as a soccer ball. All right, guys, remember, at home, some of your moms and dads are still working, so you need to make sure that you're being helpful and not being like Ralph and being a nuisance. Okay, so that means not bothering people. So keep up the good work. Keep working hard at home. I miss everybody so much. I'll see you all soon.